about to show you is a video of Richard Rocco Hutchinson. He's the COO of Life Tracker Limited. Interesting character, to say the least. Regular Howard Hughes. The video already has over 300,000 views.
If you're watching this video, it's probably because you heard something just crazy enough to make you Google it. We can predict the future. Ooh, magic. No, it's not. Don't be a jackass. This is science. Everyone told Galileo he was a whack job when he suggested the sun and stars didn't revolve around the earth, but he had science on his side, and now we know that we're unspecial cosmic dust at the edge of a puny galaxy far, far away from the center of the universe. What we're talking about here is a scientific way to look at DNA as a biological timeline of a human's life. I could explain it in more detail, but you're not going to understand it. Put it this way, your body knows and documents things that we're never consciously aware of. Until now. We made these discoveries over 7 years ago, but we were shuffled into the depths of the legal system and our tongues were tied. Now, freedom of speech has prevailed. Kind of. Powers that be still say you're too stupid and irresponsible to know about all of our discoveries. They're probably right, but who made them the bosses?
Sorry to use this stuff from the web, but I don't have the pull to get the interviews myself.
Today we're joined by Honey Jones, a political science professor from UC Berkeley, and Abigail Wesson-Levitt, a philosophy professor from Carnegie Mellon. Welcome, ladies. Hello.
Hello, Susan, and thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. So we are curious to hear what you know about Life Tracker Limited.
Sounds a bit like a science fiction movie, doesn't it?
It really does. From what I can understand, if my body's chemistry is involved, it's recorded, and from there we can make assumptions.
Exactly. I'll give you an example. If it seems like a person has an excess buildup of white blood cells, that can mean this person is sick. Now, if it's a specific kind of cell or physical reaction, we may be able to tell what sickness it is exactly.
Frankly, I think it's dangerous. It's the lack of knowledge of the future that gives the human race its drive and determination.
Well, can you give us an example?
If you already knew you were going to win the lottery, would a person work hard towards a
no
goal
one
or
is saying
simply
they can
try
predict
and...
lottery numbers, Abigail. We're talking about biological predictions.
Fine. How about this? If you know when you're going to die, it certainly has an effect on how you spend the rest of your time.
And you're only proving my point. If you know when you're going to die, you can choose to spend the rest of your days with the people you love, or you can choose to do just whatever you've always wanted to do, Susan.
Or you could fall into a depression and give up on life early.
First, we don't even know if it's a viable test. It's unproven.
Well, it's not going to be proven until we lead by example.
Second, the highest rated reader to date is at 87%. Now, those might be good odds if you're in a casino, but not when you're letting the whole world study your genetic code and make judgment calls about you.
If you were Chuck Lamont, wouldn't you be worried?
Third, what does this have to do with the state of California?
If you could look into the future and see if a car you were buying was going to blow a head gasket 2 months later, would you buy it? Listen, an LTL print will let us check his oil.
Fourth, let's say we could find a reader rated at 100%. Not going to happen. But let's just say it. How is it possible to be sure that that reader is impartial?
Chuck, enough of the counting.
Fifth, let's talk about the issues, the economy, the prison system, the debate over charter versus public school systems. I don't want to play politics.
You don't want to play politics? Well, what do you think you'll have to do if you make it to Sacramento?
Am I going to get a chance here? The reality is, game playing from Megan Brown, problem solving from Chuck Lamont.
I can understand a disease being stored in your body after you've gotten it, but what Life Tracker claims is that all of this information is already in your DNA from the start.
Yes. Well, think of an iPod. When you plug an iPod in, all the songs are already there. Why? Because the playlist was made before you started listening. Well, it's the same thing with our DNA. Our DNA, Susan, was made at creation.
Okay, now you're getting into religion. Is this proof of God?
If it is, do we want to know what God knows? Do we want to play God?
Well, aren't we playing God when we go see the doctor or the dentist? So with that argument, does that mean we should let our teeth rot out of our heads because that's what God gave us?
I'm not arguing that there's no possible good to come from this, but I think it's a huge mistake to not also think about the negative possibilities.
Now, what if we had a collection of data that would allow us to foretell an epidemic before that epidemic happened?
I think the public is fed up. With everything digital, from credit cards to our iPhones, we are literally tracked night and day. We only think we live in a free society.
Well, why does it matter if people know where you are, what you're doing, Abigail, if you're not doing anything illegal?
Are you listening to yourself?
Ladies, we're out of time on the subject. Are there any last words you'd like to leave? 20 seconds.
I'll be quick. Yes, I would like to say something. I don't think giving up a little bit of our personal privacy is too much to ask when we're talking about a technology that could conceivably help with world health, world hunger, and world peace.
And world domination.
Since women are physically connected to their children during pregnancy, LTL claims that women, not men,
Women can use their DNA prints to get a glimpse at any future children that they're going to have. It's something to do with half the kid's DNA belongs to the dad, so take the kid's DNA, match it up against a database of male prints, and a woman can find out who she's going to have kids with maybe before she even meets the guy. Dating without all the gameplay.
Well, that takes the fun out of it.
Maybe for you. I have no game. I mean, I would much rather just knock on someone's door and be like, excuse me, ma'am, I have this print here that says we're going to have kids together.
Maybe love doesn't matter as much as we thought it did. Maybe what matters most of all is survival.